Hello students, welcome to the session. I am Mr. M.H. Mota, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering. Today's session is on types of concrete admixtures. The outcome of this session. At the end of this session, you will be able to understand different types of concrete admixtures used for improving the properties of concrete. So let's start learning. Admixture. Admixtures are those ingredients in concrete which is used other than the basic ingredients like Portland cement, water and aggregates, which are added to the mixture immediately before or during the mixing. The major use of admixture is to improve upon one or more properties of hardened or fresh concrete so that it can be used for a specific purpose. Why admixtures? The major reasons for using admixtures includes reduce the cost of concrete construction. To achieve the economy, we sometimes add different kinds of admixtures to improve upon certain properties which may sometimes needs the larger cross section and because of which the cost can be increased. Second, to achieve certain properties in concrete more effectively than other means, where we need to improve upon the certain properties like workability, we need to add the admixtures. To maintain the quality of concrete during the stages of mixing, transporting, placing and curing in adverse weather condition. And fourth is to overcome certain emergencies during the concreting operations where we need to complete the work with very high pace because of certain emergencies. So the different types of concrete admixtures includes water reducing admixtures, retarding admixtures, accelerating admixtures, air entraining concrete admixtures, pozzolanic admixtures, damp proofing admixtures, gas forming admixtures, air detraining admixtures. So the types of concrete admixtures includes alkali aggregate expansion inhibiting admixtures, anti-washout admixtures, the grouting admixtures, corrosion inhibiting admixtures, bonding admixtures, fungicidal, germicidal, insecticidal admixtures, coloring admixtures. So we'll start discussing with water reducing admixtures. Water reducing admixtures, as name itself define, are used to minimize the water demand in a concrete mix. As we have learned in previous sessions, the higher water cement ratio always result in the segregation as well as reduction in the strength. So in such cases, water reducing admixtures can be used effectively where the water use can be reduced. On other hand, the workability can be increased. In addition to increase in workability, it may also improve the strength of concrete. Good bond between concrete and steel, which is a prerequisite in RCC structure. It even prevents the things like cracking, segregation, honeycombing, bleeding, etc. Water reducing admixtures are also called as plasticizers, and they are even classified into different types of plasticizers like mid-range plasticizer and super plasticizers. The normal plasticizers reduces the water demand up to 10%, while the mid-range plasticizers can reduce the water demand with higher efficiency like 15%, while super plasticizer reduce the water demand up to 30%. So it will reduce the amount of water required considering the lesser effect on the workability. Means that in a normal condition, if we add a certain amount of water and if we add the normal plasticizer, then we can achieve the efficiency in form of workability even by adding the 10% lesser water if we add the normal plasticizer. If we add mid-range plasticizer, the water demand can be reduced up to 15%, while if we add the superplasticizer, the total water requirement can be reduced up to 30%. And as we are aware that the reduction in water cement ratio results in higher strength, this can be used effectively in such cases. The water reducing admixtures. The different types of water reducing admixtures are calcium, sodium and ammonium lignosulfonates are commonly used. Some of the new generation superplasticizers are acrylic polymer based polycarboxylate and multi-carboxylates, etc. Next is retarding admixtures. Retarding admixtures slow down the rate of hydration of cement in its initial stage and thus results in increase in the initial setting time of concrete. Means that if we add the retarding admixtures, the cement will react with cement and will result in a slower rate of hydration. This is also called as retarder and used especially in high temperature zone where because of the higher temperature water may be evaporating, and while doing that or while happening that the concrete will set quickly. This setting is not advisable, so in such case we can use the retarding admixtures. The quick setting in some situations may lead to discontinuities in structure, poor bond, create unnecessary voids in concrete, etc. So in such case retarders are useful to eliminate all these problems. The different types of retarders are calcium sulfate or gypsum, starch, cellulose products, common sugar, salts of acid and similar kind of products. Most of the water reducing admixtures are also act as retarding admixture and they are called as retarding plasticizers. Next is accelerating admixtures. Accelerating admixtures are used to reduce the initial setting time of concrete. They speed up the process of initial stage of hardening of concrete, hence they are also called as accelerators. These accelerators also improves the strength of concrete in its early stage by increasing the rate of hydration. As the rate of hydration increases, the cement starts getting hardened and it results in reduction in the initial setting time by gaining the strength with quicker rate. Earlier hardening of concrete is useful in several situations such as early removal of formwork, less period of curing, emergency repair works and for construction in low temperature regions. The different types of accelerating admixtures are the triethylamine, calcium formate, silica fume, calcium chloride, finely divided silica gel, etc. Calcium chloride is the cheap and commonly used accelerating admixture. Next is air entraining concrete admixture. The air entraining admixture are one of the most important invention in concrete technology. Their primary function is to increase the durability of concrete under freezing and thawing condition. When added to concrete mix, these admixtures will form millions of non-coalescing air bubbles throughout the mix and improves the properties of concrete. The air entrainment in concrete will also improve the workability of concrete and it will even prevent the segregation and bleeding problem. Lower the unit weight and modulus of elasticity of concrete is another impact of air entraining concrete admixture. As it will occupy a certain space in the form of bubbles, the overall weight can be reduced. It even improves the chemical resistance of concrete and reduction of cement or sand or water content in the concrete. So these are the additional advantages of air entraining concrete admixtures. The different types of air entraining concrete admixtures are Winsol resin, Darex, T-pole, charcoal, etc. These admixtures are actually made of natural wood resins, alkali salts, animal and vegetable fats, oils, etc. So these can be used as the air entraining concrete admixtures. This is the figure of the air entrained concrete which has been seen with the different air bubbles in the body of it. Next is pozzolanic admixture. Pozzolanic admixtures are used to prevent dense concrete mix which is better suitable for water retaining structures like dams, reservoirs, etc. They also reduces the heat of hydration and thermal shrinkage. Best pozzolanic materials in optimum quantity gives best result and prevents or reduces many risks such as alkali aggregate reaction, the leaching and sulfate attack, etc. The different kinds of pozzolanic admixtures are the pozzolanic material which may be natural or artificial. These natural occurring pozzolanic material includes clay, shell, volcanic tuff, pumicite, etc. While the artificial pozzolanas are available in the form of fly ash, silica fume, blast furnace slag, rice husk ash, surkhi, etc. So these are the different pozzolanic admixtures which can be used. Pozzolanic means something which is very fine in nature. Next is damp proofing admixture. Damp proofing or waterproofing admixtures are used to make the concrete structure impermeable against water and to prevent dampness on concrete surface. In addition to waterproof property, they also act like accelerators in early stage of concrete hardening. Damp proofing is very essential to make the structure more durable, particularly the slabs and surrounding walls as such. Damp proofing admixtures are available in various forms. They might be available in liquid form, powder form, or in paste form, etc. The main constituent of these admixtures are aluminum sulfate, zinc sulfate, aluminum chloride, calcium chloride, silicate of soda, etc. These are the chemically active pore fillers actually, which fills the pores and avoid the entry of water by obstructing the possible ways through the body of any concrete structure as such. Next is gas forming admixture. As name itself suggests, when gas forming admixtures are added, it reacts with hydroxyl obtained by hydration of cement and forms minute bubbles of hydrogen gas in the concrete. The range of formation of bubbles in concrete depends upon many factors such as the total amount of admixture that has been added. Higher will be the amount of admixtures, higher will be the formation of bubble. Along with that, the chemical composition of cement, temperature, fineness, etc. As we are aware, higher will be the temperature, the volume of the bubbles will be more and will form the higher space occupied by the bubbles. The formed bubbles help the concrete to counterattack the settlement and bleeding problems. Aluminium powder, activated carbon, hydrogen peroxides are generally used as gas forming chemical admixtures in construction industry. The different kinds of gas forming admixtures are also used to prepare lightweight concrete. This is a very recent kind of innovation and you might have seen such kind of thing in and around. For settlement and bleeding resistance, purpose, small quantity of gas forming admixtures, which is generally 0.5 to 2% by weight of cement, is used, while for making lightweight concrete it is used in a range of 100 grams per bag of cement is recommended. Next is air detraining admixtures. Air detraining admixtures are used to remove the excess air from the concrete voids. Sometimes the aggregates may release the gas into the concrete because of the certain chemical reaction between either the admixtures added or the cement with the aggregate because of its original chemical composition and the nature of ingredient it has in it. And in such case, we need to add the air entrant to reduce the amount of air that has been introduced because of such addition of the air in it, which may result in the reduction in the strength of concrete. Some of the most likely used air detraining admixtures are tributyl phosphate, silicon, water insoluble alcohols, etc. Well, that's it for this session. Special thanks to the constructor Civil Engineering Homes for Civil Engineers, the website from where this whole data has been collected and used for the preparation of the video. Well, thank you for your patience learning. In next session we will learn the another types of the admixtures which are used very commonly in concrete. Thank you, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.